Hello and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Randisha, or Randy for short, and we are going to be setting up paycheck number 1 for the month of July. Let's see. I'm working with a new setup here. I'm not used to having all of my planners in my Frixion planner. I'm used to having a Frixion planner and a separate budget planner, but now they're combined, which I actually do prefer how I usually have it. But anyways, enough rambling. So our estimated income for this pay period is going to be our usual $3,200. We're not rolling over any money from June, so that's that. And then pay yourself first. I do you'll see that once I'm closing paycheck number 1 out and then setting up paycheck number 2. So for right now, I'm going to leave that one blank. We'll just put a dash, 3,200. Okay, so now let's write in our expenses. So gas is 180. Groceries is going to be 200. Diapers is going to be 80. Planner supplies is going to be 50. This is my driver's license renewal and I'm budgeting 50. I did make a change off camera. So the Hamilton tickets were bugging the ish out of me. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and check out the July budget setup video. But basically, I took out the Hamilton tickets and I put fireworks in its place. So we're still going to the Hamilton play. It's just that I basically took some extra money out of our cash envelopes, our digital cash envelopes, and I basically put the money together to pay for that ticket. So it's not coming out of my July budget, if that makes sense. So now that I'm not budgeting for the Hamilton tickets, I just added that money to the debt extra payment. So now we're going to have almost about $1,300 to put towards debt if everything goes right in the month of July, if we don't spend any money on anything extra that's not already budgeted. So that's how that's going to work. So fireworks is $30. My son, myself, and my husband, we each get $50 in fund money every month. I am like right into the side here. Medical, I am budgeting $300 because we do have like our some dental appointments. I need some new contacts and or glasses. So we'll just see how that goes. And yeah, we got a lot of appointments coming up. So I want to have a good chunk of change ready to pay those bills. Verizon, we're budgeting $176.16. I still don't know what the new bill is going to be, so I'm budgeting the old bill amount. Life insurance for me is $57.64, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, $57.64. Disney Plus is $12.99. Costco and Amazon credit cards, I budget $0 because I pay those off every week as the months, as time goes on, just so balance isn't accruing throughout the month, and then I'm left with this huge bill to pay at the end of the month. So I started doing it that way not too long ago because basically, if with the times right now, if something was to happen to our jobs where we don't have enough income to pay off that credit card balance at the end of the month, it becomes debt. So, I mean, it's already debt since we're putting it on a credit card, but I'd rather pay it off every week instead of every month because that balance is going to be way smaller. So, iCloud is $9.99. Childcare for 2 weeks is $6.40. We are rolling over some money from this paycheck to paycheck number 2 in order to have enough money to pay our mortgage, just because we don't want, first of all, one of our paychecks does not cover the entire mortgage. So that's why we're rolling over money from this paycheck to next paycheck. And then on the 1st of August, we're paying the mortgage in full, if that makes sense. Oops. All right. School loans is going to be $112.01. And then Frontier is, I think we got the new bill for that. Frontier is now $54.76. Natural gas, we usually budget $30. Netflix is $12.99. So debt extra payment is $282.41. Okay, so starting in July, I put my paycheck budgets on 2 pages instead of the 1 page. One, because as you see, I didn't have enough space here in order to put everything on 1 page. And then this gives me room just in case we do make some unbudgeted purchases. I can just write down what it was. And, that way that's like my form of tracking expenses, because I know a lot of people track their expenses on their monthly calendar. But as you see, I use my monthly calendar to list all the bills and the transfers and the cash envelopes and all that kind of stuff. So there's not enough room. And I don't like to track expenses like that, because me personally, I feel that if the money is going into a cash envelope, as long as, I'm not always spending the cash envelope money on something else, like if my envelope is for food, as long as I'm spending that money on food, then I don't feel the need to track it. I just feel like, why? It's already going into a cash envelope. So I'd rather just make sure that the amount, like the balance amount in that account is okay and it's enough to meet our needs for, that pay period. So anyways, let me go ahead and add up this budgeted column. Okay, so that amount is going to be $2,778.95, because before, when I had the Hamilton tickets, that should be the difference between the 3,200 and this amount. So the way I did it is I basically really gave everything a name instead of doing it how I used to do it, where I would have some money remaining. So when I was doing it that way, if you guys have been following me, then I confuse myself every time. So instead of having the remaining down here, I'm just basically plugging it into the debt extra payment. So we really have $282.41. Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll adjust this so that it equals 3,200. So let me back out that 282.41. So 2,496.54 is what all of these expenses add up to. But I want to have the expenses equal 3,200 so that every dollar is like up here and it's like allocated, so that I don't have the remaining down here anymore. Because to me, it's a stronger emotional connection when I'm making purchases if I know that if I write the debt extra payment amount, which let me go ahead and do that. So 703.46. So if I write this right here as debt extra payment instead of writing 703.46 is what's remaining, to me, that's a stronger emotional trigger when I go and want to buy something that's not budgeted for, because at that point, instead of saying like, oh, I have $703 remaining this pay period, you know, I could go ahead and buy me a little Starbucks drink. I could go ahead and buy me, you know, some Simply Gilded washi that I've been wanting or something like that, you know, or I could say yes to my husband who wants something, or, oh, my son needs this or that when he really doesn't. So it's easier for me to say no if I know that I'm weighing that unbudgeted expense versus debt extra payment. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah. So now when I add that up, so 2496.54 plus 703.46, it equals 3,200. Okay, so now my estimated income and my budgeted expenses now equal 0, and I don't have anything remaining. So to me, I feel like that's going to be better for me and my family instead of having a remaining total. So for my mid-month check-in, when I go to do paycheck number 2 and I close this out, I'm going to write in the actual, and then I'll put the pay yourself first up here. And then what'll happen is I'll add up all of the actual, and then I'll do all of the differences. And then to not confuse myself, all of the differences should equal what the actual savings total will be for this paycheck, instead of how I was confusing myself before. So if you've been following along, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, then go ahead and watch the budgeting video before this, when I was closing out I think my June budget, or, you know, just watch one of my results videos for my paychecks and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss any more of my videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, and have a good 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. Please stay safe. I'm actually scared of fireworks. Not like scared, but I ain't playing with fireworks, because me and fire and explosives, it's like I'm already clumsy enough without adding explosives into it. So I won't be popping anything, but I'll be sitting on the porch, you know, far away, just in case one of those kids get rowdy and point like, what is that, a shooting star, or whichever one flies out and then it like explodes into like some pretty stuff. Like, do that far away from me. Like, go way down the street so I can see it. But just in case you point it towards me for whatever reason, I don't explode. Okay. So anyways, be safe, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.